Skyzone.Society.
Yo, what's going on, my peoples out there in the zone land? If you don't know what you tapped into, let me tell you, you tapped into the Zone Sports Podcast. I'm one half for your host, your boy Big V. I'm here with my guy over there. If you can see him on the YouTube / hear him on the Soundcloud. What's good, my guy?
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Corey with the same old story. It's your boy COOL, what the hell, aka Cool C. And for those hitting us up on YouTube, man, we got the name for you in the back, baby, man. What's going on, man?
Y'all already know what it is. You know what I mean? I'm here to pie, baby. I know you here to pie. Get into some good sports talk. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Before we do all that, let me tell them who we sponsored by. Of course, we sponsored by my brand, Skyzone.Society. You know what I mean? Make sure you're shopping at Skyzone.Society.bigcartel.com for all your, you know what I mean, your teas, your candles, your hoodies, your sweats. It's getting cold over there. Come see us. You know what I mean? Not cold over there. Sorry, it's getting cold out here. Come see us. You know what I mean? But yo, thanks, man, Corey, man, how your week been? You know, I saw you on Saturday for my video shoot.
Yeah.
It was good to see you. Had to see you since the COVID outbreak, man.
Yeah. Likewise, man. Nah, it's been a good week, man. Getting a little bit closer to Christmas and all this stuff here, man. So just gearing up, you know. I ain't really buying a whole bunch of gifts for people this year. It's outside of mom. Everybody else is just gonna get some dough, and we just gonna call it the day. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like, it's funny what I'm starting to see right now, wife included. I've always been a money / gift card guy, depending upon who it is. Oh, but now we got a whole bunch of money and gift card gifts going around. I'm like, you don't say. So yeah, mom, she wanted something specific. I went ahead and got that taken care of. I asked my wife what she wants. She's like, man, honey, just give me some money. I was like, I don't know if that's a setup or not, but we're going to roll with that. So, honey, you got some money, you know what I'm saying, coming your way. So, man, I love this time of year, man. I know holidays can be tough for people and things of that nature, so I'm always sympathetic towards that, man. But, Thanksgiving and Christmas, man, that's right down my alley right there, man. And start to watch some of these Christmas movies and stuff like that. Like, I love the marathon that they got of A Christmas Story. They show on TNT about 35,000 times in a row. That's one of my favorites. I got to catch my Home Alone 2 movies.
I'm sick of it.
Come on, no. You can't get sick of it.
I'm sick of the Christmas Story reruns. I'm sick of
it. It stays forever.
No, listen, and it's been forever. I'm 38. I know you 40, you know what I mean? Listen.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. And I know the Christmas Story movie is going to be around for our kids and their kids and so on and so forth. But I'm sick of it. I don't even watch it.
It's a staple in the Smith household. We watch it every single year on Christmas Eve. Every single year. When we are with child, he or she will watch that movie every single year. That's just the way it's going to go down, Big V. That's just how it has to go down. Damn it, family tradition. I love family.
I get it. And you know, for me, mine is Christmas Vacation, National Lampoons. That's our shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We get into that every year. I got it on Blu-ray. I fuck with the National Lampoon. I fuck with really all their movies. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a huge National Lampoons fanatic. Even the ones that a lot of people don't know about. You know what I mean? I end up on them some kind of way. But yeah, man. My week was straight, bro.
Let's settle before you get into your week. Let's do a quick debate real quick.
All right.
Die Hard.
I knew you was going to ask me.
Movie or no?
I knew you was going to ask me.
Christmas movie or no?
Absolutely.
You lost your damn mind.
Absolutely. 1,000%. You shitting me, Corey? You shitting me right now.
Hey, yo.
Die Hard is absolutely a Christmas movie.
For the zone land down here, please type in the comment section whether Die Hard is a Christmas movie or not. Because see, Big V and my wife, I don't know what's wrong with y'all, man. Y'all the coolest cats in the world, but y'all thinking that's a daggone Christmas movie, man. Just because it takes place at Christmas, man, that's ridiculous. That's absurd. How your weekend go, man? Hey, YouTube, hit us down below. Sick of this, man. I'm sick of you people. You people. I'm tired of it, Big V.
Listen, man. I love that movie. Absolutely. It's definitely a Christmas movie, man. You know, I can see why some people may. Some people may, feel otherwise because all of the action and shooting in it. I get it. But It's a Christmas movie, man. That's one I do watch.
Stop it.
During December. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. It was good to see you Saturday at my video shoot. Other than that, man, my week was straight. Can't complain. Just been working on some behind the scenes stuff on the videography side. And promoting the album and just gearing up for next year. I'm already in next year mode. I'm going, man. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go, man.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Word.
I'm ready to go like these Michigan Wolverines. Can we talk about it, please? Can we talk about the Michigan Wolverine? Matter of fact, you know what?
I love it.
Hit
them.
We gonna keep it. We gonna keep it light on what I'm gonna say. Of course, we beat. Okay. I ain't even gonna say. Of course, we beat Iowa for the Big Ten championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Corey, in convincing fashion.
But Corey, this is that was cool, but now the real work begins. Ladies and gentlemen of the Zone Sports Podcast, you know what I mean? If you don't know what's going on out here in the college football world, the college football playoffs are now gearing up. They have the 4 teams in it, you know what I mean? And let me tell you, it's a hell of a 4. Pardon me. Let me be real about it since we're on the Zone Sports Podcast. It's a hell of a 3. It's 4 teams in there, but it's a hell of a 3.
Don't do them like that, Vito. Don't do the people like that.
Hey, look, Corey. I got to do them like that because of how you already done shitted on Cincinnati weeks ago. You know what I mean? And let's be clear. It was well deserved.
I did ether them a few weeks ago.
Well deserved. Well, but we're gonna get into all that because, like I said, man,
we're gonna get into it.
It's 4 teams in the college playoffs. You know what I mean, ladies and gentlemen? If you don't know those 4 teams, let me run them down for you. We will have Alabama against Cincinnati, and we will have Michigan Wolverines, my Michigan Wolverines, against the Georgia Bulldogs, ladies and gentlemen. Corey, I want to say, for the first time in a while. And I know we up here joking around about, it's 3 good teams within this 4. But I got to say, Corey, I want to say, man, I think that they might have got these 4 right. Just my opinion. I know how we feel about Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I try to go down the list of people and teams and things of that nature of who we might have missed and who could have, who could get Cincinnati out of there. It's hard to do. I'm gonna be honest with you. Hard to do, especially in the way that they won their schedule. I know we talk about the strength of schedule, and I know we brought up Florida International years ago, and what they did, when they went on their quote unquote winning streak, you know what I mean, and thought that they were supposed to be in the big bowl instead of the bowl they're
Central
winning.
Florida. Yeah.
You know what I mean? My bad. What did I say? What did I say?
It's all right. Florida International.
My bad. Pardon me.
Excuse me. The arrogant, pompous Central Florida.
Oh yeah, pardon me. It was the Central Florida. Pardon me. But yeah, we saw how when they won out and how they voiced their opinion about how they were supposed to be in the big bowl and actually crowned themselves number 1, which is a conversation for a whole other podcast. You know what I mean? But funny. I want to say, man, I really think that they got it right this time with the 4 teams, Corey. I'm a Michigan fan. Of course, I feel like Michigan deserved to be in there with the loss that they have on their record, which was to Michigan State, which should have been a win. With that loss, alone, I feel like they deserve to be there. They almost went undefeated, let alone, we just did beat Ohio State in convincing fashion too, might I add. I feel like they should be there, of course. Georgia, no question about it, they should be there.
Yeah.
That defense is insane. You know what I mean? The offense is great too. Great coaching as well. Of course, we don't have to speak to Alabama's reputation at all, so we're not even wasting the time doing that. But Cincinnati,
that's automatic,
right? But people look at Cincinnati and feel like how we feel. Really shouldn't be there. kind of, before the college playoffs, that's how we was talking. Really shouldn't be there. But now that we're here, I can't think of any other team that, we would substitute them. You can't substitute Ohio State. Nah, not having that. Especially not to go against Alabama. You kidding me right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I look down the list. Notre Dame? No. Nobody with nobody under the top four. I can't argue that somebody should be taking Cincinnati's place, man. I can't argue that, man. I know there were some teams through 5 and 10 that were great. Salute to them. Salute to the whole top 25, actually. You know what I mean? But just keeping it 1 through 10, no. I think they got it right, Corey. How I see this playing out and my predictions is I'm a Michigan guy. I think that we should go in here and we should beat Georgia. I think it's going to be tight, and
it's going to be one hell of a game. That's going to be the game to me.
That's going to be a dog
That's
fight.
going to be the one.
That's going to be the one, Corey. That's what I will have my eyes on, of course, because I'm a Michigan guy. Alabama, Cincinnati should be a blowout. I'm going to be honest with you. Alabama way. I feel like Alabama should beat them by at least 3 touchdowns. Just my opinion. I'm calling it here on the Zone Sports podcast. Alabama will win by 21 points. That's my opinion. You know what I mean? I'm going to say the Georgia and Michigan game, I'm going to go on record and say Michigan will win by 3. What are your thoughts?
Okay. Man, let's back this thing up a little bit, man. I do agree with you that they do have the 4 correct teams in the playoffs and in order.
Absolutely.
I think that Cincinnati, being that Christmas is a time of giving, they need to give Baylor, I don't know, money, a whole boatload of Christmas gift for eliminating the true threat that was Oklahoma State last Saturday. Oklahoma State was ranked number 5, and they came within a freaking centimeter of that last play of beating Baylor. They was that close, but look, the woulda, coulda, shoulda, it don't matter. At the end of the day, Oklahoma State lost to Baylor. I do believe that had Oklahoma State won, I do think that would have been enough to knock Cincinnati out. That's just, but my father and I,
especially based on strength of schedule.
Over the weekend. Yeah, absolutely. When the way that really almost any sport, but especially college football, with it only taking in the top 4 teams, if you're a group of 5, which Cincinnati is, you're going to have some breaks to break your way.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. Yep. And on top of that, it's really nothing to apologize for. You look at Clemson this year. They had a down year. You look at Ohio State. They had a down year this year. Can you count on that next year? I doubt it. But we ain't talking about next year. We talking about this year. You talking about Notre Dame is normally good. Notre Dame could have been there. Well, they didn't. They had that loss to Cincinnati. Cincinnati went undefeated. And you know what else I was thinking? I was paying real close attention to the Cincinnati and Houston game this past Saturday, because I also feel that in conjunction, if Cincinnati only beat Houston by like a field goal, I too think that would have been enough to even slide them out had Oklahoma State won.
Absolutely, 1,000%.
But they beat Houston by 15 points. So they do, and I can't believe I'm saying this, and I'm going to wash my mouth out with soap. They deserve to be there. I can't pick anybody else just like you from 5 below, because it's like, well, Oklahoma State, but they still had a tougher schedule. Dog, they got 2 losses before the conference championship. And I get it. These tougher conferences, they beat up on each other. Let me tell you something. Unless they let more teams in, they are not letting a 2-loss anything make the top 4. And if you were to do it, if it were to happen, it would be the team of the caliber of Ohio State. If you're going 2 losses, it's going to be Ohio State.
Absolutely.
Before it's Oklahoma State.
Absolutely. You
know what I'm saying? If you're a group of 5, you have to be perfect. Cincinnati was perfect. So I take my hat off to them, and I also like to congratulate the Cincinnati Bearcats. You got Alabama. Congratulations. Congratulations. I'll say this. Not only is Cincinnati representing themselves, they are representing teams like my ECU Pirates.
Absolutely.
They are
1000%.
representing group of 5 all over the world that don't think that a group of 5 can get in the playoffs. Yes, is it a hell of a lot tougher? Absolutely, because you don't play a tougher schedule. But this year has proven that when things break your way, you can get in. And I get it. It's not fair. They still needed help to get in there, but they got it. So now it's time for put up or shut up. My win for Cincinnati would be, I'm like you, I think they're going to get smacked, me personally. But if Cincinnati could just even keep the game respectable going into the middle of the fourth quarter, to me, as a group of 5 team, that'll be a win. That really would. I don't think, me personally, I don't, and I know that Alabama lost more than wide receivers to a torn ACL, but they still managed to beat Georgia. So I definitely got Alabama winning that one. Now to your guys, Michigan and Georgia, Lord have mercy. Dude, that is going to be the game of the year. I have y'all by a slight margin. I do. And I'm going to tell you why real quick. It's going to be interesting how Georgia comes off that loss of Alabama this past Saturday. Are they beat down? Because until Saturday, Georgia was undefeated. And you possibly got a fair amount of people on that roster who hasn't lost all season. And yeah, part of it, you do kind of want to kiss the ring and be like, yeah, well, it was against Alabama. Alabama has been Georgia's nemesis since day one. So does that loss carry over a month from now, basically, to the Michigan game? I think that's where y'all have the edge because, yeah, they are battle. I think Michigan is more battle tested than Georgia is. Georgia had a good schedule, but the teams they really end up beating didn't turn out to have a good season. But be that as it may, it's still in the SEC, albeit in the East, and Georgia comes out of that almost every single year. I tip my hat to them. I really do. But I wonder, are they now going to be fragile with that loss to Alabama, knowing what could come if they do manage to beat y'all in Michigan or whatever? So I think with y'all losing to Michigan State early, or not necessarily early, but in the mid-season, I think y'all showed that grit and determination to be like, yeah, you know what? We got beat, but you know what, man? We back. Georgia is going to have to prove that. And I do think Georgia do have something going with them, being that the college football playoff is not next week. It is literally next year. So, you know, that might have some mental reset that they can have. But at the end of the day, Alabama's to Alabama. And you can argue real quick is that with Alabama losing their top wide receiver, Georgia should have won that game. And they didn't. So it's all going to be up here. It's all going to be up here, man. But no, I got Michigan and I got Alabama. And dog, I'm gonna say the rest of it for another part. I can't call it right now, man. I can't call that. I'm
gonna go on record right now. I'm gonna call it. If it's Michigan,
you should call it.
If it's Michigan and Alabama, I'm telling you now, Michigan got it. And I'm gonna tell you, and I know people say, yo, you speaking with your heart and not your head. Heard you, right? Let me tell you something, right? All these fucking critics and everybody else, all these sports talk shows and everybody else, oh, Alabama got in the bag, it's in the bag. Let me tell you something. Yo.
Y'all don't know about that now.
Let me tell you something. They got Cincinnati in the bag. I'll give y'all that. Having to run up against Michigan this year, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Not this year. If Michigan makes it to the championship, it has to see Alabama. I'm telling you. I feel for Alabama. I'm telling you now, I feel for Alabama. Michigan's gonna come out on top. And I know people say, yo, why are you so confident? You know you got to kiss the ring of the Don that the coach is and Saban and everything. And you know how many rings Saban got? Heard you, right? Heard you. Let me tell you something. Saban has a chink in his armor. And Dabo Swinney has showed that. And I'm gonna leave that there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that there.
It can happen. It's happened before.
People was counting out Clemson those times when Clemson whooped that ass. Heard you. Trust me. We built like Clemson. Those years they beat Alabama. We built the same way, if not better, over here in Michigan. Yeah. I promise you that.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
I can't wait.
I can't wait. You know what I mean? Boy, I cannot wait. I can't wait next year, man, to the pop-off court. I'm here for it. I love college football. I'm ready for them to bring the college football video game back. I'm all for college sports, man. I am, man. Oh, my God, man. But, yo, let's transition, though, to some NBA real quick. You know what I mean?
Love the NBA.
Love the NBA, Corey. But I don't know if I love this rumor I'm hearing, Corey. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, Corey. Yeah. I'm going to present it, but I'm going to let you speak on it first. I'm going to smoke while you talk because I want to know. I got some things I want to address a little bit after you talk concerning this rumor, Corey.
Yeah.
And I want to know, and maybe you know, in your soliloquy, you know, about this thing, you may hit my points on the head, and maybe I don't even need to say nothing. But Corey, how do you feel about Dame Lillard saying that he wants Ben Simmons out there in Portland to join him? How do you feel, man?
I was 110% shocked on that. I don't quite know where it's coming from. You're hearing a whole bunch of things about Dame Lillard, and you don't know how much of it is cool, how much of it is not. He's refuting issues from Adrian Wojnarowski with the Woj bomb about him wanting a contract extension, basically saying it's not true. But then, you know, you got rumors where it's like, okay, he's seeking a 2-year, $107 million extension to stay in Portland. But, you know, he's like, Dame is like, if you ain't here for me, don't worry about it. I don't, it's like, he don't want to come out and say he wants out of Portland. I can argue that with you requesting that type of extension just for 2 years, you're indirectly, you know, it's kind of like, man, you working a job and you don't want to quit because you don't get unemployment benefits. You don't get that if you quit. You get that if you get fired, right? And so when I heard this about him wanting Ben Simmons there, my question is why? And what role will you want him in? And the only thing I can think of is a more modified, more younger version of Draymond Green, maybe. But the thing is that Philadelphia ain't going to give up Ben for a bag of chips. Like, CJ McCollum's going to have to be up out of there.
And hold on real quick while you mentioning him, man. Get well, CJ. You know, it was reported.
Absolutely.
It reported he had a collapse lung. That's nothing to play with, man. Salute to him, man. But continue, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so you know that's not going to, like, CJ is going to be gone, probably a few more other good role players, in addition to, last I heard, I think Philly still want a first-round pick on top of that. So
on top of people picking up that contract too?
Yes. So my question is, he stated, and this is his quote, I'm trying to be part of the solution. I want to be part of the solution.
And
I'm like, well, he said that yesterday. I want to be part of the solution. Now, again, I have to take if he says that he didn't request that, okay, well, cool. Let's do this whole technicality thing. Maybe he did not request it. Maybe he got his agent to request it. You see where I'm going here? So we can get ticky-tack. Well, you know, I'm not really lying. I'm just not, you know, I didn't do it, but I got my man over here to do it. So, okay, let's go down step number one. Let's just say, forget Ben Simmons for 3 seconds, even though I know that's what this segment is all about.
Okay.
If you do the 2-year, $107 million extension without Ben Simmons, things as is, well, how in the hell is Portland going to be able to pick up anybody else? They're going to be strapped. They're going to be real close to being strapped. And I don't know who else you bring in, right? Okay, cool. We take that off the table. That's option number one. Option number 2 is, this contract extension is complete BS, but I want Ben Simmons over here via trade. You're going to have to Portland's going to have to give up so much to get him. Never mind the fact they don't even have a general manager right now. Let's not even talk about that. They don't even have a general manager. The general manager got fired today. The general manager is up out of there.
Yeah, I heard that.
You have instability at the ownership, where the late great Paul G. Allen, I think it's G, but Paul Allen passed away. He left the team over to his daughter. Well, his daughter is the current owner. According to NBA radio and people that's talking, she's not really in the sport. She never really quite wanted to get deep into the minutia of being the owner. So, it's kind of one of those deals, whereas similar to Jeannie Buss when she first took over our Lakers. I'm gonna let my brother and our GM run the show. I'm just going to be the figurehead, and it didn't work out that well. That is probably what's in the midst of going on right now. So she's probably not going to really care either way, allegedly, if she don't even want to have nothing to do with the team any daggone way. She might, you got some owners, man, like a Jerry Jones, somebody like that, that's real hands-on. And then you got other owners like, hey, man, I hire y'all to take care of that. Like, y'all just let me know when you're done. You let me know when the cake is finished baking in the oven. Let me know when it's time to eat. I don't need to know anything else prior to that. So she seems to be more of the latter if what they're saying is true. So you don't have ownership either way as of today to say, hey, we should go get Ben Simmons, even if that's what he wants. You don't have a GM or owner right now to say, hey, let's go ahead and get this contract done with this extension. You need owners and GM to be locked in right now with what they're trying to do. I just don't see it working, because even if they have a GM, even if they get one, what GM are they going to attract when a deal like this is already done? Be it a 2-year extension or be it a trade for Ben Simmons. The GM will be like, whoa. You want me to do all this? I can't even make you. You're about to potentially make one of the two biggest decisions almost in Portland history outside of when they drafted Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan. That's how big this decision going to be. And I'm not, as a potential future GM, is not going to have anything to do with that. I think I'm cool on that. So they're going to have to give us so much to get Ben Simmons, man. How does that make the team better? That's what I'm going on. I'm going off the quote. Either one of them scenarios, I don't see how you make that team better, man. I just don't. I don't know the deal with Ben Simmons, and I'm shocked if that's true.
They could have a relationship, off the court. That could be willing this thing. You know what I mean? But I gotta agree with you, Corey. I don't like this. I think this is a bad idea. Portland is a good team. They have some youngins, and they have some veterans on that team that know how to get it done. I'm bad with names, man, but they got some young guys coming off that bench, man, that be getting it in.
Let me pull up their roster while you doing that, because man.
Yeah, because it's one in particular I want to give a shout out to. Brown skin cat, kind of squinty eyes. Real young.
I think I know who you talking about. Let me pull this up, because they got some people up here. Shout out to our Tar Heel Nasir.
Absolutely. What up?
But you got let's see, what is my guy you might be talking about, my man Anthony Simons.
Absolutely, at 1,000%, bro.
Man,
that nigga be balling.
He's gonna be gone. He's gonna be gone if that trade happens. You know that, right? You know they ain't gonna let Anthony Simons. You know Philly is not gonna let Anthony Simons stay on that team with that deal, Big V. Unless they bring that asking price for Ben Simmons. You know they gonna want him. They might give up the first pick.
I hadn't even thought about poor Anthony Simons and all of this. This could be bad.
You got Norman Powell that's still there, Big V. Ben McLemore.
They got some dogs on that team, bro. They got some dogs.
Yes.
They got some dogs, man. I gotta
Dennis
say,
Smith Jr., man, bro.
Oh my dog. Listen,
from NC State.
The more you name, the more I don't like this idea, Corey, because it's like this with me, right? Number one, again, Portland, they got some dogs. Great team, right? Dame, he's committed to bringing people there. If not, he's committed to just retiring there and making it his home. I salute that. Very Kobe-esque. You know what I mean?
Question.
I get it. You know what I mean? I'm like you. You bring Ben there, that fucks up that whole team. And I'm talking about fucks it up down to the point where they might be playing 5-on-2, and the only two people that's gonna be there is Ben Simmons and Dame Lillard. Because guess what? You won't be able to afford anybody else. Sorry, you won't. You won't.
I mean, I'm gonna pull up that cap while you're talking about this here, because I'm telling you, man.
And you gotta think, Corey. Like, we're talking about them taking over that contract, right? And then having to pay some other guys to come in. You really want to do that? You really want to do that to Dame in his career right now? You want to do that to Dame in his career right now? At this point, Dame, he's still young, but he's a vet. You know what I'm saying? He's still young, but he's a vet in this game. You know what I mean? You don't want to bring in a bunch of new guys / younger guys, and it's going to take 2 to 3 years to develop. And I want to give you a prime example of a team that had just went through this, but it's working out for them right now. But at the same time, I don't think that you can do this in Portland, right? The Golden State, they just went through some down years. They just went through some transitions with trades and losing Durant and getting in, new guys like Wiseman and things like that, and having Clay on the side. These past 2, maybe 3 years, they haven't been the best for Golden State. This year here is them picking up. You know what I mean? They're just now getting back to that championship looking Golden State Warriors team that we're accustomed to seeing, right? But guess what?
Absolutely.
It had to take those guys these past 3 years to get used to these young guys. They have a bunch of young guys on that team right now. They're dogs, but there you have a bunch of young talent still on that team, right? Corey, that's not what you want to do out there in Portland right now. You want to try to bring in some pieces that maybe don't cost as much. You know what I mean? Yeah. You might want to wait it out, because guess what, man? You might not have a GM, but you have an attractive coach in Billups. People want to come play for Billups. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People will come and play for a championship player / a head coach. He could potentially be what Jason Kidd is. You know what I mean?
Could be.
He could be. He could turn this franchise around how Jason Kidd turned the Bucks around. Or I'll take it back further than that. How Mark Jackson turned Golden State around.
There you go.
That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say Kirk.
Let's not talk about that.
We're not even. That's a whole other podcast, man. We're not even gonna do that. But this could be bad because also, man, we talking about Ben Simmons, man. You see what's going on over there in Philly? You want to bring that?
Oh my gosh!
You want to take that risk with your new coach? That's what you want to do? You want to put that responsibility on Billups right now. Right now. Yeah. In that organization who is first class, you don't hear no bullshit going on with Portland. You know what I mean? You hear nothing but great things coming out of Portland. Even down to the coach that was just let go this year. He was doing a hell of a job. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He did a hell of a job. He did what he had to do with what he had. I just don't feel like Ben Simmons is going to be the right fit over there. I feel like you said, you have to give up too much. Y'all not balling. Listen, y'all don't have $400 million in the cut, dog. Stop it. And if so, you can't use it on basketball. It's a salary cap. You just can't. You can't do it.
Speaking of caps, I got the numbers pulled up. Go ahead. Just let me know when you're ready for the cap info.
Get into some cap news, man. Get into some cap news. They can't do
it. Big Vito Corleone. This is worse than I thought. This is this current year's salary cap. 136 million, right? They are over 35 million right now. They're over. That's over the cap. That means in the NBA, you got a luxury tax. They're already 35 million over this year. Oh, but wait, there's more. Let's go to next year, the 2022-2023 season, Big V. They are going to be 60 million over. As the roster is currently constructed, 60 million over the cap for the 22-2023 season. And let me just, for laughs and giggles, look at 23 and 24 season. They'll be back down to only being 20 over. That's with it currently constructed. That's not talking about picking up Ben Simmons' contract. That's not talking about an extension for Dame Lillard. Congratulations.
This can't happen. This can't happen. If so, you talk about restructuring you talk about restructuring and tearing down the Portland Trailblazers.
They had to gut that team, Big V. They had to gut that team.
I don't think Dame has thought this through yet. And if he has, maybe he knows something that we don't. But just doing the math on it and looking at it with eye test, not a good idea. No,
I'm not a capologist, but those are some damning numbers.
Yeah. No, I just don't. I don't want to see it for not only business purposes, but just for also team purposes. I don't want to. I don't like it. I think Ben Simmons.
When I heard, go ahead.
I just think it's a place for Ben. Just don't think it's Portland.
When I heard this, I actually thought it was Dame Lillard wanting to get traded to Philly to play with Joel Embiid. That's what I thought. I was like, oh, wait. I heard it wrong. They want Ben Simmons to come over. I'm like, okay, all right. Got it.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. Yeah, man. But yo, man, what you got, you know what I mean, for the new segment of Corey's What the Hell segment, you know what I mean? Let me get some air horns going for my guy.
Let's get that going on. Because I gotta get something off.
I gotta get something off, man. Let me tell the people that's new to the pod, you know what I mean?
Go ahead.
You know what I mean? This is the What the Hell segment brought to you by my guy Corey over here, you know what I mean? This is his segment where he gets into what the hell been going on. You know what I mean? So Corey, what the hell been going on, man?
I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it, Big V.
What's up?
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of these meddlers. I'm tired of it. Big V, you worked a normal 9 to 5 before. I worked several 9 to 5s. And Big V, there's always somebody that thinks they could do your job better than you. You may have a person or a manager. Not my current job. I love all of y'all. Everybody at my current job is fantastic. We ain't talking about y'all. We're talking about other people. Okay. We're talking about, I get paid to do a job, Big V. You hired me because I know how to do my job. You're in management, but you think you could do my job. Man, come on, man. Look, players play, coaches coach, owners own. Owners own. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to bring to the front of my What in the Hell segment, Dallas Cowboys owners Jerry Jones. I'm sick of it, Big V. Hit him with that. Hit him with it. I'm tired of it. He got his radio show. And, everybody loves Jerry. I like Jerry. I don't got a problem with Jerry. No Cowboys fan, man. But, look, to sit here and act like there's not a certain allure that comes to being associated with Jerry Jones, man, I get it. He's the older gentleman. This guy speaks his mind. And if you don't like it, that's just where he is. So, Big Vito Corleone, I would like to bring the attention to what he said on Shan and RJ show on 105.3, The Fan in Dallas and Fort Worth, Texas today.
Let's get into it.
I would like to explain to you a quote. Basically, for those who don't know, he's talking about Dak Prescott, his health since coming back from the injury, little nagging injuries here and there, yada, 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 And so basically the guys asked him, hey man, how you feel about Dak Prescott this year? Well, Mr. Jones, let me call him Mr. Let me show the respect. Mr. Jones completely sidestepped that whole question and went into a whole nother diatribe about the Dallas Cowboys wide receivers. And I quote, well, the thing is you're seeing sometimes is the pass looks errant because the receiver, for instance, ran the route 2 yards and cut it off 2 yards shorter. Jesus Christ, Jerry Jones. I didn't know you was a football coach, but okay. But wait, there's more. These wide receivers, Big V, they should be out 2 more yards before he makes his cuts. He can make all the difference in the world as far as his ability to separate, Big V. And I'm adding in Big V. That's not pro, but I'm going back to the pro. Big V, it's all relative to the receivers. And so, if you're not really crisp on the way that the play is designed, Big Vito Corleone, relative to how many yards to go, and when you cut, your passing game can look really off. That's my answer. Well, hold on, Jerry. Bro, ain't nobody asked you about the damn wide receiving core, Jerry Jones. Mr. J. Ain't nobody asked you about that. Ain't nobody. Wait. Jerry, they asked you about the health of Dak Prescott. They didn't ask you about wide receiving schemes, cuts, slant routes, X's and O's, cover 2, cover 0, slant routes, comeback, naked bootlegs, big V. They ain't asked Jeremy about none of that. I listened to it, right? And I'm listening to it, and it's like he couldn't wait to get on the Dallas Cowboys wide receiving core. He ain't even. Big V, listen, man. Oh my God. Let me come at it with this. He is the owner of the team, right? Do you have a right to comment on your team? You do. But I'm gonna tell you how my grandparents told me. Just because you can do something don't mean that you should do something. Big V, this is horrible. This is bad, but unfortunately, it's right on par with Mr. Jerry Jones. Because here's the thing. I get it. He's a football fan. And I don't think anybody's a bigger Dallas Cowboy fans than owner, president, GM, head coach, and wide receiving core coach, Jerry Jones. Okay? Because he's all of that. Because, you know, we already call him a GM. Like, that's understood. Like, we already call him a GM. You know, his son had to talk him out of a few luckily bad draft picks years ago. Yeah. You know, Jerry, man, come on, man. Like, so he's already the GM. You want to be a coach too? Go ahead and fire Mike McCarthy then. Man, why don't you get down there and coach those guys since it's so easy? Mr. Jerry Jones, look, man, after a while, you need to trust the people that you put in place to run your organization. Again, players play, coaches coach, and damn it, owners need to own. Look, you need to look at the bigger deal here, right? Because I get it. The two most fragile positions in football, in my opinion, are kickers and quarterbacks. You know, once things start getting in their head, it's kind of tough to get it out. That's why you got to really admire folks who knows how to forget the last shot or the last pass and play when they throw an interception, and the fact to just kind of do that. Even though he's not my guy, Russell Westbrook is probably the best at that. He never met a three-point shot that he did not want to take. You cannot tell him he could be 3% shooting threes, and that ain't going to stop him from doing it. That's real good for kickers and quarterbacks, right? And so, you know, you're trying to galvanize your team, man. You want your team to play better. Now, if I'm Amari Cooper or anybody else, CeeDee Lamb, yeah, I'm like, man, like, yo, what you talking about, bro? Like, no, like Dak Prescott health can be attributed to why certain passes aren't getting off. He had the leg break last year. Yep. And when he came into the season, he had a shoulder injury, if I'm not mistaken, on his throwing arm. So to act like that is just totally not a factor. We're just going to just move that all over to the side and just strictly Big V, blame the wide receiving core. Jerry Jones, what the hell, man? What the hell?
What the hell were you talking about? You know what I mean? That answer had nothing to do with what he asked you. Nothing, dog. And even if it did, what the hell are you talking about, dog? Like, that answer was still a bit shitty. What are you talking about, Jerry? What the hell, Corey?
You got to bring the team together, man. You don't sit up here and call out.
No.
Let me tell you something, man. If I'm working at a company and they having it could be at a daggone banquet. Yeah, we could be doing good, but boy, that IT team need to really kick it in a high gear. They're going to get a straight up middle finger for me on my way out the door.
Facts. Facts. Oh, my God, man.
Come on, Jerry. What the hell, Jerry?
That was the
Jesus
What the
Christ.
Hell segment by my guy Corey. You know what I mean? Bringing that
We
heat
here.
each and every.
I'm here all night.
Even bringing it each and every week, man. I love it. It always makes sense, man. What the hell? You know what I mean?
What the
Always,
hell, man?
Yo, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in out there. However, you're tuning in through YouTube, SoundCloud, everything. You know, you catching the clips on social media. We appreciate it, man. Thank y'all for listening. You know how we doing. We gonna be right back. You know what I mean? Next week with some more fire
Word up.
sports talk for y'all. You know how we do. You know what I mean? Yo, also real quick, I want to let the audience know we still keeping up with the Chad Wheeler case. He just went to court. I think it was last month. I think it was last month. Still looking for info. I haven't found any info on it. Still looking for info though. We're gonna keep y'all updated how we have since the very first came out. We're gonna still keep y'all updated as promised, man. He just went to court.
Word up.
I'm trying to find out what happened. Been digging for like since last week, trying to find new info. I'm not sure if it got continued or what, but I will be tapping into some more. You know what I mean? Bring y'all the info to keep y'all on the latest. And I'm not going to say the greatest, but the latest of that situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Corey, I appreciate you, man. You know what I mean? You be safe out there this weekend.
You too,
know
my brother.
Mean? You stay sucker and COVID free as usual. You know what I mean?
Same to you, my brother.
You already know what it is, man. I'm going to hit you up, bro.
All right, man.
Peace, my guy.